Всім привіт! У мікрофона Торстейн. Я вітаю вас на проходженні гри Зовнішні Світи. Перш ніж ми почнемо, підпишіться на мій канал, кому подобаються мої відоси. Коментуйте, ставте вподобайки. Ну а ми поїхали. У нас лишилось один квест виконати з тих, що наразі у нас є активні. А потім ми полетимо на...
And we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
А потім ми полетимо на останню планету Візантія. Так. Зараз ми побазаримо з Фінеасом. Блін. Сидить тут на самоті одненький. Ну, не на самоті, із свиняками, але... Так, ну я це все вже дивився. Так, ладно, Фінеас, давай, що ти нам скажеш?
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I went behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony. Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway. Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Блін, я ще не добалакав з тобою, чувак.
I've heard those iconoclasts have a rather smashing opinion of you. Get it? Smashing? Iconoclasts? Oh, never mind. What's on your mind?
Ай. Ладно. Не хочеш, як хочеш. І це на Візантію, і це на Візантію. Ну що, друзі, мабуть, це кінець гри? Пішли. Нахрена в космосі турбіни з вентиляторами? Так, ну що,
I
дівоньки?
understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ну да. Треба ж спасти з надії з корабля всіх своїх. І чого ці неактивні планети? Гефес теж неактивно. Це, походу, DLC-шки. Ну, одну я знаю. Якась буде з них. Ладно, ні, то ні.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
Блін.
It's a parcel, ma'am. A parcel is a shipment wrapped and prepared for delivery, ma'am.
Ой, клерк. Та ладно, да, блін. Та ладно,
With
давай.
alacrity. Stand by,
Сподіваюсь, то
Captain
не
Hawthorne.
бомба, блін.
An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures. They dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Цікаво. Мені навіть цікаво, що там таке.
Can we talk?
Ну, одну бачу, а де ще два?
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
I, for one, was hoping to do the exact opposite of that.
What? Do you want to shake its hand?
Yeah, can we talk about the arm? I want to take bets on how the guy lost it. My money's on cannibals.
That ain't really that fella's arm, right? It's gotta be a dummy. Or a toy?
Well, I'm not cleaning it up.
Cleanup service request processed. Disposal of human arm from the Unreliable's cargo hold will commence in the immediate future.
Simulating disgust. How distasteful. Humans eat there. I'm not touching it. Etc. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
Well, yeah. I doubt this guy lost his arm filling out paperwork.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances. Luck does not exist, Captain. Nevertheless, I am programmed to agree with your assessment. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Угу. Ясно. Ну, як я і предполагав, це DLC-шне завдання з доповнення до гри. Це вже буде потім, колись. На яку воно планету мені? А, о, Горгона, будь ласка. Бля, чого ж ціни відкриваються якогось хера? Ну ладно. Така музичка. А, о, бачите, один DLC, другий DLC. Але нам треба ось сюди. Так, ні ока порвати, все добре. Ну, мені вже цікаво, що за планетка. Ніхера собі. Ніхера собі. Ціле місто, блін, здоровенне таке. Да.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Shh. No names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah. That's my codename for, you know, our mutual friend. Oh. I'm Golden Eagle. Yeah. I named you Cuckoo.
Oh, can I be chicken? Because chickens will adopt any critter's baby and keep him warm.
You sure you don't want to be Raven or Sparrowhawk?
Aw.
Okay. Chicken it is.
This cloak and dagger stuff is nonsense, but if everyone else gets a code name, I want one too.
You can be Cassowary.
That's shockingly apt. Cassowaries were a solitary bunch. But once they had a friend, they'd stick with them till the end.
Aggressive little creatures, too. Anyway, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
House of Inebriation? Count me the hell in!
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
Це я можу.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh, seems almost impossible.
All of them trying to eat you, I'd wager.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course. Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you? Except that's not how they go. At least that's not how they're supposed to go in Byzantium.
If things are broken here, of all places, then I'm starting to think there ain't a hope left in this colony.
Things have kept on running this long, right? Or so I used to think. The whole episode made me wonder. If they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really. Good luck, Cuckoo.
Сама ти куку. Теж мені, блін, дала кодове ім'я. Так. Ладно, не будемо бігати цими собачими тропами. О, нічого собі. Чувак навіть ніфіга не сказав. Можна все тирити. Ай, блін. Ну, вибачай. Я думав, можна.
Here they come!
That's what we really need, you know.
More of you standing in my light?
Air drone that repairs itself.
Пехотинці. Що тут, ніфіга більше немає? Цікаво. Цікавенького. Тю, блін, така маленька ця Візантія. А, тут 2 яруси. Але все одно маленька. Ну, в принципі, як для останньої локації гри, то, мабуть, так і треба, блін. А мені все ж таки хочеться ламанути цю фігню. Хоча вже нафіг не потрібно, але. Так, давайте прокачаємось. Так. Ну, це непогана така штука. Це теж непогано. Блін, або це. Хер його знає. Ой, блін. Давайте це візьмемо. В принципі, з моїми напарницями, я думаю, нас мочити так сильно прям не повинні. Що, давайте досліджувати цю планеточку. Ні, сюди ні. Потім... Що? Пенсіонер? Думав, здалось. Дом престарілих. Ой, цирк на дроті. Так, а це я хочу зачікать. Стирив. І ніхто мені нічого не сказав. Блин, им что, всем пофигу, что? Вы чё, блин, ребятки? Ну, а де цей ключ? Може в них? Ніфіга. Ай, ладно, не буду тирити, може ще знайду в когось. Десь то воно має бути. Немає. Тоді що, на ліфт? Тут все. Така цікава локація. Ого, блін. Ух ти, ніхрена, це реально Візантія.
Exciting happened around here for once.
Хо-хо-хо. А, це мій кораблик.
Don't you ever want to
Да.
have fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits
Що тут
overhead?
скажеш?
Try anti-Cleo. It's better than nature.
Everyone knows marauders can't fly.
Прикольно.
Down there, a new ship.
А, пенсіонери там знизу, а тут багатії.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous?
Хто це, що мені каже? Ти? Що ти хочеш?
Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism. Know what I mean?
Ну-ну.
Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we start talking bits. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation? Fresh, natural talent. I know it when I see it. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw energy. I see you in pictures, kid. I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star. And I think you got the chops.
Ah! Captain! You're gonna be in pictures!
Already got an entourage, huh? Way to get ahead of the game. So what do you say? You ready for the chance of a lifetime? Terrific! We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator. You're going all the way to the top, baby.
А чо? Спробую позніматись у кіно місцевому. Привид з моторчиком. Так, з цим все ясно. Нікуди не можна зайти, чи що? Що за прикол?
Anti-Cleo's level head. Feeling a little off balance? You need a level head.
Ніхера собі, ціле місто, блін.
So much wasted money here.
Да.
Decadence ain't gonna save you when the beasts get through the walls.
You think I'd get arrested if I climbed up on that to get a look at the gearings?
Якась модна коса. І все зачинено кругом. Тут, мабуть, топові апгрейди є. Інтересно, інтересно. О, бачу, куди можна зайти. Ха, все таке, блін, гламурне. Так, ну ясно, ладно.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right place. Every Byzantine needs high-quality armaments, and you won't find better anywhere
Ще
else.
пак у кінці гри.
Why, to defend their property, of course. Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. It's up to us to protect it. Marauders, dissidents, especially large sprats. One never knows what threat might arise.
Oh, please. From what I've seen of this city, a rusty nail is the most hazardous peril you've ever suffered.
The point is to be adequately prepared, and good preparation is a powerful deterrent. Only because we make it so. It is only the fear of the well-armed Byzantine that keeps the rabble at bay. One can never be too well-armed. Who knows when the hordes may hurl themselves at our gates?
Так, мені треба снайперка Марк 2. Є в тебе така, чувак, чи нема? Якщо є... Урон 236. Так, і це не прокачано. А в мене... Ого! А кілько вона коштує. О, чувак, іди ти нафіг, блін. Не хочу я за такі бабки, хоч в мене їх і дофіга, але... Вдруг щось доведеться знов купляти. Ладно, буду знати, що це зброя. Так, тепер туди. Оп. Тут ніфіга більше немає. А, о, сюди, на, чи ні? Блін, скільки тут всяких... О, це якась клоака вже.
Oh, what are you doing here? Nothing. Nothing. Why? Does it look like I'm up to something? Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I? I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went missing, but it's not my fault, okay? Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to stretch their little legs. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? Everyone gets a little distracted now and then. They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals. Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but don't worry, you can easily tell them apart from common sewer sprats. They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor, and a fondness for hiding. Also, they're white rather than green. Please, do take care, and do mind the exterminator mechanicals. If the worst should happen to my little darlings, well, I still want their bodies. For science, of course. Well, to maintain things, of course. Like big, humming machine things with gears. And pipes. Water pipes. Air pipes. All sorts of pipes. That's why they connect the city from the Acropolis district to here. Everyone knows sewer sprats carry diseases. And the exterminator mechanicals have been known to fire on larger targets. Why they'd do that when they're only supposed to attack sprats, I've no idea. But there are rumors. Some people say there are strange things in those tunnels. Assassins, a room full of murderous automechanicals, monsters hungry for human flesh, a hidden bureaucratic purgatory where things and people are lost forever. Not that I place any stock in silly rumors, of course. To deal with the sewer sprats, of course, they're quite the nuisance. Therefore, my, research. Oh, very well. It's true. I do run studies on them at the lab, but I also have a special connection with them. See, I'm an enormous fan of all my colonists. The early seasons, before the plotlines got tacky. You must have seen the classic episodes. Well, I name all my sprats after my favorite characters. That way, their stories can live on in rodent form. So you see, it's imperative that I get them all back. Not just names, they all have backstories too. There's Lord Reginald Kim III, Lady Philippa Farnsworth, Vonda von Vermington, Haroon Greenlee, Iskander Emmanuel Sanchez, and Evelyn Ensley Okoye. Ah, she's the chief executive of Farnsworth Incorporated and a fearless captain of industry. He's a mercurial shareholder. They're in a rather tumultuous marriage contract. She's an ambitious shareholder in Farnsworth Incorporated who wants more than stock. Or does she? It's difficult to tell what exactly she's after, but she is trying to seduce both Lord Reginald and Lady Philippa. So is everyone. Haroon is a mysterious young man with amnesia. His backstory's still a work in progress. Iskander is Lady Philippa's trusty assistant. He's trying to seduce Vonda. She's a member of Farnsworth Incorporated's regulatory board. A wise woman with a sharp tongue and a heart of gold. Something else? I still am. After all, I'm a person of very little influence and only middling prospects. No one does favors for free. But I must say, I'm far too distressed to think critically about your suspiciously kind offer.
Ладно, бувай, чувак. Квест я взяв в тебе. Ага. Ёлки-палки, скільки тут. Скільки тут всякої фігні.
Hortense yells at me about vagrants one more time, I'm gonna snap. I think I've been avoiding the estate district. Isn't that your view?
Така піндюлька. Блін, я тут заблукати можу, ну. Такими темпами.
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an orrery, and you say that every time.
You with the
О,
hips.
ще магазинчик.
Let me take a closer look at you.
Чувак, ты тут так не в тему. Да. Да. Та палять вони всі.
Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes, you carry yourself with the bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How deliciously outre. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs. Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my mind the moment you stepped into my studio. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me?
Давай квестик мені.
When I look at you, I see the very embodiment of everything the walls of Byzantium were built to keep out. Making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need your help gathering the right materials. Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me. My dear, fashion is a performance art. An outfit without a body is like an instrument without a player. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers, none of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up. If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker.
Ладно, я зрозумів. Тільки я все попродавав, блін. Ключ Селести. Ай, мене палить той муділа. А де він той ключ? Цікаво. Ну ладно.
I love Byzantium. Where else are you going to find art and culture?
Бухаловка.
Hey! Stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times. Of course not. But I'm not on the job right now. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone. That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's residence.
Зараз його в тебе не буде, дядько. Якщо вийде.
Oh, he's medium height with like medium colored hair and like a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters. Oh, you definitely recognize him if you saw him. He's very important. That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Нічого, хай ще вляє.
Sure have, because today's my big day.
Може, ключика віддасть.
Powerful good ears, too.
And a powerful thirst. You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal? Here's to me.
Ого, бутилками.
You were really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
На, ще одненьку.
It's not every day you
Плящину.
get your dream job, right?
Блін, цілий балон.
Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws. I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
Only 2? You got a ways to go.
Have you always been here? I didn't see you a minute ago.
Давай ще.
I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
А ну давай медицину.
You sure sound like you know what you're talking about. Okay, here goes.
Все, труба тобі, чувак, зараз.
Was that one supposed to taste like purple berry crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Тільки на мене не ригни. Друзяка, зараз я в тебе стирю ключ.
I just need to sit down.
А, здох? Тю. Всім пофіг. О, нажралась свиняка, блін. Це хто? Це ноунейми. Всі ноунейми.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary. Oh, by all means, ask away. I don't believe in work. Work is for auto mechanicals and lower classes. I don't mean to sound cruel. There's nothing wrong with working. It's just so unnecessary. Why bother? We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment is my investment. Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka is about to release its newest color, ultraviolet, completely invisible to the naked eye.
Щось ти нічого мені цікавого не кажеш, дядько. Ё-моё.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Альціон history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Альціон is healthier and more productive than ever. In the coming months, Byzantium will be sure
Жопа жирна, не залазить.
diligent labor. Once we nail down the details, I can't wait to share what's in store. For now, my friends, keep up the hard work.
Що? А, глушник. О, я дійшов по своєму квесту. Ну то вже підемо, зробимо його.
Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all.
Да. Заможний маєток. Запечатано. Ага, значить сюди мені ще зарано. Я так зрозумів. Хм.
You think the privy's gold-plated too?
Мабуть. Все закрито. А що воно заблоковане було? А, оце було заблоковане? Ні. Хм. Ну, поїхали. Так, треба зберегтись, щоб її не вбити ненароком.
Lab coats make me nervous. Experiments always go wrong.
Ого.
And then we got flying raptidons.
Ого.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside?
А не скажу.
Hagen. I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen. To keep me quiet. But if you didn't know that, I'm guessing they didn't send you.
The effort they put into killing their own people. They ought to redirect that toward, I don't know, actually helping out once in a while.
I always assumed they would put a bullet in my head one of these days. I don't know anyone named Hagen. That's a gentle, womanly way of putting it, Captain. She's obsessed with aliens. This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker. What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks. Small consolation. My team, the finest minds of their generation.
Блін, я не хочу її вбивати.
We were trying to prove that the colony could survive the crisis bearing down on us.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
Ідете в
You
дупу.
can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
Угу.
The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
That ain't a shock. Board folks will lie to their own mothers if it preserves their paychecks.
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace. The board also has its brand to uphold. If you can't trust the brand, what else is there? Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure.
Fuck that. People are people, and ought to stay the way they were born. They start trying to tinker with my blood, I'll bury them.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please,
Та я і не хочу.
if I die, there's
Скажи,
no
чим
one who can reproduce
допомогти.
our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
Спитаю в Парваті, ну-ка.
Seems like she's trying to help, Captain.
Ну да.
Honest help. Ain't many in the colony doing that. We should let her try.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that.
Блін, ну може на Фінеаса, а ну-ка.
The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher. I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander? Alien conspiracy? No. What? Did you hit your head on your way in or something? I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive.
Зараз що, будемо все ж таки стрілятись?
Wrong answer.
Here they come!
Давайте хай на колегію
You
працює.
won't regret this. I'm still far from the breakthrough I need, but you're at least giving me a chance. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason. That'll do, sucker. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her. Tidying up and such.
Так, все. Начальника охорони підкупили. Я ще хочу стирити ключика в неї або в нього. Я думаю, тут буде така можливість. Ай. Блин, ці дрони кляті.
They'll never see us.
Нічого цікавого немає.
The board is our best and only chance at survival. People will learn.
Так, ясно. Що мені наверх? А яким чином? А, Лілія Хаген, то це на вихід вони хочуть, щоб я йшов. Ну ясно. Да. Так, тут мені більше нічого не. Так, ну туди, а потім полечу. А лишилось у нас... Що у нас лишилось? Пішли до міністра, сходимо. А, я вже майже прийшов.
You must be joking. Our
О.
affairs. Oh, there. That's
Ух
how
ти.
splendid. Another rung leech wandering
Прикольний
through the streets of
макіяж.
Byzantium. Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the gardens are, what they really need is more greasy vagrants frolicking through them. And here you are, frolicking. Admittedly. Now if only you could gracefully take a shower, preferably in whatever hovel you came from. Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness. What's wrong? It erodes the very pillars of our society. Merit, decorum, personal hygiene. This city is meant for us, the system's finest. We earned its luxuries. But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse. Oh, do spare me your petty judgment. It's beneath me. Millions and millions of bits beneath me. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there. Tell me, how is that fair? Oh, by the law. I mean the principle of it, not the mechanics. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. Why, if it weren't guarded, I'd... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to investigate this travesty, and you get paid to do so?
Beats standing around and talking to aristocrats anyway.
Yes. Listen to your... What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Personal masseuse? Or do you just keep them around as a mobile armrest? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled to lend me your services. Aren't you? Fantastic. Consider yourself employed, vagrant. I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked down. You'd never get in that way. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree, which you do. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs. The same way anyone gets anything here, of course. I made friends with the right people. Bits might earn you a place in Byzantium, but that means everyone here has little need for more of them. For favors like this, you need to spend... let's call it social capital. Now, do we have any further business, or are you just here for the repartee? I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see. Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing. It was a very long list. Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves the purple ones. And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came to him in a dream. He was a true visionary, so far ahead of his time. I just told you, my grandfather made millions of bits as CIO, and I earned them from him. Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success. And success isn't given to you, it's earned. My grandfather taught me that. If you have wealth, you're successful. And if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a simple concept. You're welcome.
Да, не дуже приємна мадам, але квестика я в неї взяв. Ну що, пішли, поговоримо з міністром. І на сьогодні, мабуть, буде все. Залишиться прочесати весь цей сектор, повиконувати всі квести. А, ще й не пускає.
This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics. That's funny. The Minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS. Minister Clark's a private man, and you're asking too many questions.
Mm-hmm. А, блин. Я тут не пройду. От дідько. Ладно. Зробимо по чесноку. Зробимо по чесноку.
I'll sue every technician and employee who's ever touched this damn device. Don't they know who I am?
Ну. Ха, пальбаси сюди треба. Зараз одним махом 2 квеста закрию. Мабуть. Командир. Командир.
Fine day for parcel pickups, isn't it?
Да.
Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy. Halcyon Parcel Service is the most dependable parcel delivery service in the colony. You might even say we're part and parcel of Halcyon's commercial enterprise. That's just a little parcel joke. Nope, just parcels. We don't deal in packages. It's very technical. Halcyon Parcel Service strictly adheres to the standards and definitions of packaging as outlined by the Executive Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. We can ship all the parcels you want. But if I start shipping packages, I could get into some real trouble. Handcuffs and hard labor trouble. We do, in fact, have a parcel here for a Mr. Clark, Minister. You're not an official member of the Halcyon Parcel Service team. That means you'll have to sign a release form. Oh, I'd have to submit a request for a release form, and then wait for a receipt for my request of a release form. Then you'd have to make an appointment.
Блін, бюрократія.
Couldn't say. We've got a backlog, and I'm planning on retiring in the next 35 years, but I could give my successor a memo on your behalf. You're welcome to lodge a complaint in our suggestion box. Actually, no. We're still waiting on our delivery of a new suggestion box.
О, нарешті.
You do that? Wow. Hey, you know, a positive review from the minister would go a long way in my semi-monthly employment audit. Here's your parcel to be delivered to Mr. Clark, Minister. Law speed.
Дякую. Бувай. Ось і все. Ага. Тікай звідси, дядько.
Great work.
Так, закриємо. Може тут буде щось цікавеньке. Нічого не бачу цікавенького.
That's impressive.
Та йолки, ти дуринда, блін. З такою вагою рухнув, блін. Немає ніфіга цікавого. Пішли звідси нахрен. А, я ще тут не був. Ванда Чен.
I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day.
Не хоче зі мною базарити. Ну. А, пішли ви всі в дупу. Не хочете, то не хочете. Зараз до міністра забіжимо. З посилочкою. Да, здорова ця Візантія, блін. Що тут скажеш?
There's nothing to see here. Move along. Let's see it. Huh. Looks like your papers are in order. All right. Go on through.
Ну так би і зразу, блін. Олень тупий. А, блін. Зараз наберемо ще купу квестів і буде на цьому все. Йо-майо, блін, цілий палац. Не інакше. Да. Ну тут я точно нічого не буду тирити. Не то. Охоронець. Що це, пустий бар чи що? Цікаво. Да, вже почалась та стадія гри, де можна ніхрена не брати, блин, з лута. Тільки самий такий. Вже стільки того лута. Ага. Що? А. О, блін. А, оце я вкраду. Прикольні ніштячки.
How did you get in here?
А ось міністр. Як це як, блін? От так от. Взяв і попав. Чувачок. Можна в тебе щось тут поцупити. А, болтер був у мене такий. До речі. Тільки не повернись.
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Oh my law. Captain! That's the minister! Mr. Clark!
І що ж там в нього такого особливого?
If this is about another aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself. Then you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident? A real live dissident? But what are you doing here? And how did you get in? My friend, the slightest demonstration of independent thought or action renders one a dissident in the board's rather expansive definition of the term. Which is why I'm dying to know what brought you here. Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to idiot speak. I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then? Stars, they're getting denser by the day. I shall endeavor to speak more slowly. Is this better? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name. But this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. After seeing this place, is it really a stretch? I've been confined to this house for years, and even I can tell you, things aren't right in Halcyon. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
This colony's problems have always seemed to trickle down from the top. If we're set on fixing Halcyon, that's as good a place as any to start.
Exactly. And fix it we must. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Halcyon Holdings Corporation, the collective of companies that run the colony together. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card... Aloysius, you fool, where did you put it? Well, I used to have an access card to what used to be my office. But I suppose you'll have to find your own way up to the executive suites. Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention. Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Цікаво.
Pleasure. I haven't had this much company in quite some time. I dearly hope I'm not imagining this. How delightful. What is it? The latest issue of Dissident Hunter. I've been waiting for this. Most of what passes for entertainment here is appalling. Well, this is curious. It seems someone's sneaking a few things by the censors. This is a promising direction indeed. Haven't you heard? Chairman Rockwell and I are on a goodwill tour of the colony as we speak. Probably because I've no interest in being his puppet. My predecessor was content to serve as Rockwell's lapdog. When he saw I meant to oppose him, he made sure I'd have little opportunity to. Except for the bit about my suddenly coming down with stomach flu last year. That truly happened. It's quite all right. I've got every back issue of Dissident Hunter to keep me company. Are you telling me you haven't read one? They're fabulously entertaining. Also, they're a surprisingly useful means of ascertaining what's going on in the broader colony. The board's most pressing grievances tend to feature heavily as the problem of the week. Sometimes it's factory strikes, other times it's dissenters. Why, I do all the work no one else wants to do. I write reports no one ever reads, monitor colony statistics that no one pays attention to. When I'm not being conscripted to perform in the chairman's propaganda, of course.
Look on the bright side, Mr. Clark. When folks come looking for those reports one day, imagine how excited they'll be to find your work. Could do a whole heap of good.
I only hope someone comes looking before it's too late. It sometimes feels as though I'm writing these reports purely for my own amusement. That's what I tell myself, but it can be rather dispiriting. Halcyon is headed for a collapse, and no one seems inclined to do anything about it.
Headed for? Monarch's already there. And from what I've seen, the rest of you ain't far behind.
A cautionary tale, isn't it? Too bad Monarch's been relegated to aetherwave fodder for a dozen sensationalist serials.
Ясно, міністр. Бувай. Ой, так, ну добре, давайте на цьому цю серію завершимо. Бачу, нас чекають таємниці якогось внутрішнього заговору між адміністрацією Альціона цього. Квестів трохи понабирав. Але ще не все пройшов. Ой, ну добре. Дякую, друзі, всім за увагу, хто був на цьому летсплеї. Не забувайте підписуватись, ставити вподобайки, коментувати. І до зустрічі у наступному відео. Все буде Україна! Пока-пока!